Yeah. Oh, I'm being sincere right now. I am being sincerely happy to be with you tonight, okay? We're hanging out. We got a great show for you tonight. Just listen, just feel it. Get into it. Get the good vibes flowing, get the good energy. You know, on the show we call it the chemistry of energy. Feeling it. Burn away that negativity from the day. Let it burn away. Let that negativity from today melt off. Let it melt off. Take a deep breath with me. One more. Oh my God, we just melted away negativity. I'm excited. You should feel lighter and you should feel more excited. We just melted off negativity. We have a fantastic show for you tonight, and I'm glad to be with you. There's nowhere else I would rather be than with you tonight. If you're listening in your car, if you are at the gym, if you're just hitting that treadmill like a motherfucker and you're just crushing that treadmill, I'm glad to be with you. I am stoked to be with you. If you're on a road trip right now and there's two of you listening and you're going back and forth and then you pause it and debate some of the points, I'm happy. I'm happy to be in the middle of that debate. But I want you to know that I am in love with you both, okay? As you are listening to that, I'm in love. There's no jealousy. It's a group thing, okay? We're here together. We got a great show tonight. IdeaHug.com is our website. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. It's all the same, IdeaHug. We're loving it all. But, sometimes on Instagram we throw out memes and some fun life hacks and stuff like that. Check it out, also on our website. And if you want to submit your idea, this show is run by user ideas, listener ideas. Submit it to myideahug@gmail.com. It's myideahug@gmail.com. We'll see if we can get your idea on the air. If we get your idea on the air and your idea just blows up, I'm happy for you. There's no jealousy. I'm happy for you. It's open source. I love it. Get excited about it. If we get your idea on the air and people leave comments and make fun of you, I got your back. Because it's all about hugs for your ideas. Maybe you've got this one idea that's just been sitting in the back of your mind. You wrote it down and you were cleaning out your sock drawer and you saw it in there. Send it in. See where it goes. Life is too short to not let your ideas into the universe and into the minds of good people. And that's what we do here at IdeaHug. We're here to give your idea a hug. So yeah, get excited about it. myideahug@gmail.com. Contact me anytime and we'll have a conversation. We'll get excited. Check me out on Instagram. Send me somebody recently contacted me and they're like, when do we get to see your face? And they're like, IdeaHug, Mr. IdeaHug, are you a secret celebrity? Is there like a big mystery to who you are? Why? They were trying to tell me that the cool thing in podcasts right now is to videotape it. Okay, is to make digital video of your podcast so they can see your face. I get it. I get that that's the trend. I get that that's the thing. I'm gonna tell you this. It's a little bit of a mystery, but when you see my face. When you finally see my face, you will not be disappointed, okay? I'm not bragging. I'm not being arrogant. It's not about my good looks, which I don't really have. I'm like average looking. I'm average height, average build. I'm just like totally average. But you won't be disappointed. You'll be entertained. You'll like it. So when that day comes, but right now it's just about the podcast and it's about your idea. So I don't want to steal the thunder. We got a great submission tonight. The submission tonight comes from Carol Feeders. And you'll see how that handle plays a part because I think Carol is a foodie. Carol Feeders sends in a great idea, and it goes like this. Carol says, what if there was a chain of restaurants, okay? This is a new thing, a chain of restaurants, and you go to these restaurants, but you don't have any choice in the matter, okay? You go to this restaurant, the chef cooks for you what he wants to cook, what she wants to cook. So you sit down at your table, and let's say there's 20 tables at this chain of restaurants, and it's a nicer place. It's not fine dining. It's got a casual vibe. It's got good music. It's hip. You're feeling good. You're having drinks. You're having a good time. But all of a sudden, you get that first appetizer sent to your table, and it's different than the appetizer at your neighbor's table, okay? So the chef cooks whatever the fuck they want for you. okay? There's different dishes. You don't have a menu. You don't get to order. You don't get a choice in the matter. You just get given what you're given. Now, you're at a world-class place. It's a good chef. He or she, let's say it's a lady chef. She's just making you what's on her mind, what's in her heart, what she's passionate about that day. And then dishes start coming out. So imagine this. You're sitting, your party's at one table and there's a stranger party at the next table. And for their appetizer, they get like a delicious like coconut crusted prawns, okay, with some secret dipping sauce, some amazing like sweet chili Caribbean sauce, and you're watching them eat their appetizer and you're just fucking amazed and your mouth starts watering and you're jealous. And then your appetizer comes out and it is not that thing. Your appetizer is something way different. Or maybe you got the salad, first. Okay, let's say your appetizer is equally delicious, but it's different. And your mind is starting to be fucking blown because you are in this restaurant. You're in this new chain, you're in this new environment, and you don't have a say in the matter. Now, I've seen some places kind of like this before, okay? Carol Feeders, this is a great idea, so I'm going to hug this idea all night, and in a minute, I'm going to give you my 3 thoughts on your idea. But I've seen some places like this. I actually went to a place in Rome, and it's one of my favorite places. I always go there when I get back to Rome, when I get back to visit Europe. And it's just this beautiful Mamma Mia who works there, and she's just a sweet older lady, but you just don't know what's coming to your table, okay? And that's part of the fun, okay? So Carol Feeders, your idea, I'm hugging this. Let's capitalize on this. Somebody take this idea and run with it. Now, a lot of people are like, okay, this will not work because people want to control what they eat. What if they get something they're allergic to? What if they get something that, they don't like the taste of? People like what they're familiar with. They have their favorite restaurants. Well, I'll tell you what, this idea is all about adventure and discovery. It's about trust. It's about opening yourself up to new things. Right now, in America, you go to like the downtown of a bustling community, a hot foodie town, a town with breweries and good wine and good food. There's not, you're not going to stumble upon a lot of bad food, okay? Food is a serious thing. The industry is blowing up. Restaurants are getting better and better, and the quality is getting better and better. So you go to a place like this, and let's just call this Chef's Choice, okay? That won't be the name, I don't think, for this chain, but we'll call it Chef's Choice for this podcast. And Carol submits this idea. Let's say you go into Chef's Choice. It's about discovery, okay? It's about the thrill. And you just never know what the fuck is going to happen next. And is there some jealousy between what you see with the neighbors and the other tables? Of course. But you don't know what's going to happen. You might get the same thing. You might get something different. You might get red meat. You might get white meat. You might get no meat. It's what is on the mind and the heart of the chef. And be open to it. Be along for the ride. Many times I've gone out... my big splurge, my big thing is I just love to go out and have a night on the town and have a good dinner and get some good drinks. Okay, and I usually end up paying for the bill and trying to be a classy guy, but I end up always buying too many drinks for my friends. Many times I've sat there and I've just looked deep into the soul of our server and said, "You order for me." And they're caught off guard because that doesn't usually happen. I just say, "You order for me." And I'll do something fun like, "Hey, just read my aura right now, read my energy, and you order for me." Because life is too short. Like, how many times have you gone out and ordered the pasta? Okay, great. Get surprised. Let somebody else, read you. Let somebody else cook for you. When you go over to somebody's house, when you go over to a good friend's house, you don't get to dictate what's on the menu. Okay, they cook for you what they like, and you enjoy it. You go to your friend's barbecue, and they're doing their specialty barbecue, their linguiça, their special Polish sausage, that perfect grilled chicken that only they can do. That shrimp on the Barbie. Okay, this is kind of like that. And what I love about it is you never know what you're going to get. Every time you visit this place, it's a different interaction. So Carol Feeders, she sends in this idea. You go to this restaurant and you have no say in the matter. You sit down at your table. The server comes over to greet you, and instead of taking your order and that sort of stuff, just kind of gives you the heads up on what's happening. Have you been here before? Here's how it works. we're happy to have you, and we're going to serve you all night, and here's how it's going. That is fantastic, okay? Have some live music playing, have some upbeat tunes, interact. And I think what this causes also is it causes interaction with your neighbors. Maybe you can swap some stuff. Maybe you can pass a dish between tables. Maybe you can hey dude, what'd you get over there? That's crazy. What did we get? All of a sudden you're meeting people and there's human interaction and something special is going on. So a chain of restaurants with mystery food, it's called the Chef's Choice, and the chef just picks what they want. They cook different things, and the night is mysterious, and the night is fun, and it goes all the way down to dessert. And I like this a lot. Okay, I've said a lot about that. I'm going to give you my 3 thoughts on this idea. I'm going to hug this idea here in a minute. But I just want to say one thing about living life. Okay, I'm not that brave. I'm not that adventurous. I'm not that, I get stuck in my ruts like anybody else. But something like this, a restaurant like this, it forces you outside of your comfort zone. It forces you into a new paradigm to shift the way you've been seeing life. And for some people, this would be no big deal. But for a lot of us, this would kind of push the boundaries of your control freak, of your need to have power and control over the situation. I think this would be like an expansion of your mind. Going to a place like this on a regular basis would cause you to try new things and to trust people and to make the night not so much about ordering that thing that you think you need, the thing that you think tastes good, that thing that's familiar to you. This is more about being with the people you're with, meeting new people at the table next to you, having a camaraderie and an interaction with your server, getting a connection and relationship with the people working at the restaurant. They're not just slaves. These are actual people with souls and lives, and we get to have this interaction. And now all these human things start coming out. And I just think we need to try that more. We need to be kind of pushed into those experiences, those adventures. Really this restaurant idea is about adventure and discovery, and I think that's why it resonates with me. We all love adventure and discovery. We try to do it in the safest ways. We love adventure and discovery on movies. When we're safe and tucked in our couch, we can watch a wild, uncomfortable adventure unfold. But occasionally we need to be a part of the adventure, right? We need to be a part of the discovery. And that's what's going on, and I love this idea. So now it's time for my 3 thoughts. Wow, your idea really made me smile, and I like your style, so why don't you stay a while, and let's take some drinks, and let's take some shots, cause right now, baby girl, it's my 3 thoughts. Okay, damn, okay, oh my god, that was a tight jingle. Can you guys give me mad? That was a tight jingle. Oh god, that was smooth. Alright. I try a new, fuck, that was just tight. It can't be topped. I loved it. You're with me tonight. It's IdeaHug. We're giving ideas hugs, and tonight we got a great idea. If you have an idea, email me, myideahug@gmail.com, and we'll try to get it on the air, and we'll talk about it, and we'll hug your idea. And someday I would not just like to hug your idea, but I would like to hug you and kiss you and hold you. And if you need to cry, you can cry, and I will hold you while you cry. And that is a special bond that we have. Email me your idea, myideahug@gmail.com. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, everything. Check us out everywhere. Myideahug@gmail.com. Tonight we are taking Carol Feeder's idea, and she is saying a restaurant where you have no choice in the matter. You show up and you have a good time, and it's a rockin' place, but you do not know what you're going to get. There's 4 courses. And things just start coming out to your table, and they look different from the things that come out to the other people's tables, and you're just having a good time. Okay, we talked a little bit about that already, so here are my 3 thoughts. First of all, this model of restaurant represents a very sustainable model, okay? I just want to encourage this idea because there's sustainability here. Right now, the trend is to do healthier things, okay? To not have food that's just full of chemicals and GMOs and bullshit, okay? This is a trend that I'm loving to see in restaurants across America right now. this model, this chef's choice, where you don't know what you're going to get, allows the chef to be more flexible. Okay, he doesn't have to follow what the market is asking for, and he doesn't have to go with the traditional 5 dishes that all restaurants have. But the chef can get the local produce, she can get the local meats, she can get the locally grown items, she can get the organic stuff that's from that town and support that economy and support those farmers and support those artists and the people who really care about what they're doing in food. That is beautiful. Excuse me, just took a whiskey shot. And the things that are fresh, the things that are local, the things that are more organic. When the chef has this flexibility, think about this. The chef is she's planning, her surprise meals for a week of diners. And she's going to go down to her local markets, to her local produce, her local fruits, meats. What is available? Okay, so if something's not available locally, she doesn't have to get it because she gets to cook whatever she wants and she gets to throw stuff out and surprise the guests. And I love that. I think that would allow for healthier food. Okay, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get a perfectly balanced meal, but that the products you're going to get came as a result of sustainability. They weren't forced into the mix. They weren't ordered from across the country. They weren't flown in and packed in a truck for 7 days. These are fresh and local, and we get what we have. That is a beautiful thing, and you can know you're supporting that. So I think this model of restaurant has a real sustainable factor, and it gives freedom for the chefs to just kind of take the pressure off a little bit. Yeah, right now there's a shortage in the West Coast on broccoli and strawberries. Okay, so we're going to put those aside, and we're going to go with something else. We're going to go with what's popping in our culture. We're going to go with what's popping in our town, with what supports our community. Fresh, organic ingredients. That could be something very cool. And I think this idea gives a little bit more sustainability. So that's my first thought. I think it could work, and it could bring health to a town in many ways, and economy as well. All right. My second thought is this. You pay the flat rate. So no matter what, no matter who you are, you're all paying the same rate. And this causes equality. This brings equality, and we're all in this together as diners. Now, think about this. Everybody pays, what is it? Let's say it's $35. Everyone pays $35 for their meal, and that includes, everything that you get, all the courses and everything. And you imagine this. This is crazy. Imagine you're sitting there and you get a medium rare steak comes to the table next to you, and that's kind of what you were craving. But you ended up with spaghetti, okay? You ended up with a real cool artistic flair on spaghetti, but your neighbor got the medium rare steak. Traditionally, that steak is going to cost more, and that's going to be the thing that, that's kind of the high-end item on or some delicious salmon comes out next to you, but you didn't get it. Okay, but you're all paying the same price, and that was the luck of the draw, and it worked out that way, and you have to deal with that concept. So it's a flat rate, everyone pays the same thing. And here's what this causes you to do. Okay, this causes you to go deep into your soul, because honestly, jealousy is like the destroyer of human souls. It is the destroyer of relationship, and it fucks up families. This is a moment of learning. So you're sitting there in the restaurant, and the green monster of jealousy is rising up, and you have an opportunity to either get jealous and be a little bitch, or celebrate for that person. Walk over, give that person a goddamn shoulder rub. You got a medium rare steak. I was craving that all night. Fuck it, I'm happy for you, and I'm celebrating for you. That could be something really cool. That could be something special, and it's an opportunity to celebrate. You know what we don't do enough? We don't celebrate for each other, and we don't celebrate for strangers, and we don't celebrate the success of people that are in our lives. We get too competitive. Even the people we love. Get to the place in our hearts where we can celebrate the success of people that even we're a little competitive with. That is beautiful. It doesn't matter. That would be an opportunity at this restaurant. So we pay a flat rate no matter what comes out, and here's the thing. There's another course. There's 4 courses. You got your salad course, your appetizer, your main course, and your dessert. You don't know what you might get. You might crush it on the dessert, okay? You might get that perfect raspberry truffle from the mountain cheesecake, and the other team got like fried Oreos. Okay, both of those are really fucking good though. All right, so it's a flat rate, and you have the opportunity to learn about humility and fairness and just how life is beautiful. Okay, so here's my third thought. All this thing that goes in, it applies to the cocktails and beers that you get too, okay? So not only do you not know what food is coming out to your table, but my third thought is the drinks are random too, okay? So the server at the beginning of the night finds out like who's drinking at the table, you know, who's sober, who's not, who's drinking, and then the cocktails and the beers and the wines that come out are super random. You might get for your table just a carafe. You might get a bottle of white wine at your table and your neighbors get red wine, or you might all get pints of like IPA beer, just like a delicious bitter hoppy beer, or you might all get vodka sodas with like a lime in it. Who knows? Like let's say your price includes 3 drinks or something, and the drinks are all one time you get a whiskey drink, and then you get like a Coca-Cola Classic. Like you just don't know, but you roll with the punches. Okay, you roll. Everyone gets water. Okay, that's like God. Like we can't fuck around with that. Everyone gets water, but then the drinks are also random. Oh, dude, I would be losing my mind. And you're just trusting the fates. You're trusting the universe. They sent you. You might hate margaritas, and you got a fucking margarita that night. Well, you're going to deal with it, and you're going to enjoy it, and you're going to make the best of it. And hey, check it out. You got a surprise cocktail. That counts for something. I love it. So those are my 3 thoughts on this awesome idea. I really like this. Thank you so much for submitting this idea. I've thought about this one myself many times, and I'm hugging this idea. I want people to run with it and add variations to it and make it a little bit sexier and crazier and even more risky. Let's pump this idea a ton. I think this could really sell. So if you're out there listening, you entrepreneurs, take it and run with it. Thanks for being with me tonight. Submit your ideas to myideahug@gmail.com. And I am in this for you. I am in this for your best interest, I promise. And let's have fun with this. And check us out all over all the different outlets. And you can even listen to us on YouTube if you want. See what we got going on Instagram. Just check out IdeaHug, search it, look for it. And someday soon, you're going to see a picture of me, and you will not be disappointed. You will see the face that goes with the voice behind IdeaHug. I'm glad to be with you. Continue to subscribe to our podcast. Go to our website. Check us out on iTunes. I love you. I have true love in my heart for you and your ideas. And don't ever stop imagining, dreaming, and thinking. Have a good night.